Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager, your host for today's episode of BM News. Now, today we will be looking at the information that we know about Build 42, my friends. You know, Project Zomboid, a little bit infamous for nuking your save files every time there is a new build. Kinda want to avoid that, you know. So yeah, you have been keeping track of the news when it comes to Build 42, and so I'm just going to share with you some of those news. Now, we'll be looking at this old post over here from February 3rd, mostly because in it the developers state their objectives for this build. So let's just take a quick look, right, to see. Let's just glance it over, right? Now, the most important part that I can see from this is mostly performance increases, and yeah, I think that is very welcomed indeed. So we have the first points, which are engine tech improvement and performance improvement. Now, the gist of all of this text is just that given the simplicity in the design choice that they chose, right, they decided to go for a 2D looking thingy, and that kind of you know, it's not very good for them. Apparently, we would have thought that simpler graphics would actually consume more CPU and GPU, but that's the world we live in. So yeah, kind of one of the yeah, please improve the frames per second, because like, my computer is not a beast, but it's not bad either, okay? So if I can run Cyberpunk with better frames than Project Zomboid, you know that probably there is a few improvements to do there, so thank you on that. Now, another thing that is actually related to the performance, but at the same time, you know, it's another topic of its own. It's the variable chunk height. So there is a maximum of 8 tiles of height that you can put into Project Zomboid maps. That's because the height is global on the entire map, but with the new build they intend on localizing the height per chunks, which means that you can like select a chunk that only has like 2-story buildings, right? Instead of having the 8 chunks of height, you just put 2, and in the next chunk you can put 4, and in the next 8, and that way you can go all the way to 32 freaking floors, which, I mean, imagine oh boy, an apartment of 32 floors and trying to go from floor 1 to 32, fighting zombies yeah, that sounds like fun. Not really, but oh well. We also have 4-way stairs. I'm pretty certain the man is going to enjoy this one. Map coordinates, so just a quick thing is, like, you can't have negative coordinates on the map, which means they can only expand in 2 directions because of it, and they will fix it, and now they will be able to expand the map in 4 directions. Pretty cool, right? Right. Light propagation, new lighting system to once again help the performance. Thank you. Now, other business, well, it's, you know, they will pretty much add more sounds, more CDs, VHSs, and improve the sound overall. So not bad. These were their intentions on February 3rd. Now let's take a look at what kind of news have been popping up in the patch notes over time. Now, the first time I actually noticed any mentions of 42 was on October 27. Now, this is in Portuguese, so, you know, you can see it says October there, right? It's not that different, so please. In any case, 27 of October, they pretty much mentioned they are going to stop working on Build 41, and they initiated work on Build 42. Now, once again, following the history of Project Zomboid, this means like 6 months to a year, right? Only God knows how long it will take, but what we know is that they are actually, you know, already working on it, and not like really adding new content to 41. It's mostly like bug fixes and patches to fix the most immediate stuff. But in any case, they start working on it on 27th of October, and then we got new bits and bobs of information sprinkled throughout the next posts that they have made. I'm looking on Steam. You can look on their site or forums. It's the same, they both say the same, and in here is easier for me, so that's why we are looking in here. Now we can see new trailers for what exactly? Well, apparently we are going to have animal husbandry in Build 42. If you ask me, that's pretty freaking cool. Like, you can be more than just a farmer, you can also raise cattle, and well, that's pretty interesting if you ask me. The lack of animals in the world is one of those tiny little details that have been, you know, on the back of pretty much every player's mind. It's just you and the zombies, and then you hear noises of birds and other animals, especially in the forest. But now, you know, at least there will be other animals. So, other than that, what we also have is, well, over here on the most, well, not really the most recent, but the second most recent, we got the models for the ships that we could see on the other little thing. Those were YouTube videos, you can go and watch them if you please. Now, let me tell you, these things look absolutely terrifying. They look like zombie ships, not ships, like, well, I'm glad you are working on Build 42, guys, okay? Please, this thing is nightmare-inducing, don't, like, give it a little bit of a wall, please, okay? Other than that, and continuing with the farm-themed, plants will also have an overhaul. House plants will no longer live forever unless you take care of them, which means that after you spawn in the game, the plants will actually start to die out over time. So if you want to keep any decorations for your future base, you need to kinda hurry up a little bit and go grab them and water them before they freaking die. So yeah, that's a pretty neat little detail. Once again, the Project Zomboid is a game of details, so another detail, pretty cool. And then the biggest of news, if animal husbandry wasn't big enough, is a farming overall. We can see new crops and probably a new farming system. Now they speak of new plants that they are going to add into the game, with new growth stages and whatnot. Now, the thing that I could take from all of this is that plants will now be seasonable, meaning that you will have plants that are optimal for spring, optimal for summer, autumn, and so on and so forth. So if you place a summer plant in spring, you will get a delayed growth on that plant, and you will have less overall output from it. So you will need to kind of learn your seasons now, if farming wasn't complicated enough already. And a few extra diseases, because why not, making your life even a little bit harder. But that's acceptable, and well, you can also remove seeds from stuff that you can find in cans, like peas and corn, and preserve them to plant them the next year. Pretty cool. And other than that, not really many more news, other than a few sprinkles here and there, like the fire department. They have new fire, the textures, pretty cool. New animations, new sounds, but we could see that from their February post that they wanted to do this. Now, really? For real, Steam? God damn it. Alright, in any case, wanting to do one thing and actually doing it is completely different. So, will they have the four-way stairs? Will they put bigger maps, with the negative coordinates and whatnot, and more height in each chunk? We will see, my friends, we will see. But well, these are all the news that we know for now. So yeah, if we get any major information dumps or something like that, I will let you know in the next episode of BM News. Or if, you know, Oxygen Not Included gets a new DLC or something like that. But in any case, I've been your host, Base Manager. If you want some, if you would like for me to read out some other news or look at some information on some of the games that I play, how about you let me know on the Discord or on Twitter, links down below. But I've been your host, Base Manager. This is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.